Hi, thanks for visiting MT. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up a webcam. The webcam that we're going to be using here is going to be a fairly inexpensive webcam that you can pick up on Amazon. It's going to be an IP camera, so it's very important. Make sure it has the Ethernet port on the back as well as the Wi-Fi. So if you're not sure if your camera is an IP address camera, usually just check the back and see if there is an Ethernet port. For cameras like Nest cams or D-Links or smaller cameras that typically just use Wi-Fi, I'll have to create a separate video on how to set those up. Once you have this camera ready, I would say go ahead and plug it in, power it up, and get it connected to your network. Once it's connected to your network, get the CD, put it into your computer, or download the software for your camera, because we need to know what the IP address is for your camera. In my case, this CD that came with the camera gave a tool that looks just like this. And the tool will show the camera's IP address information, which is what we'll need later on in this video. Once you have the software open, go ahead and hit the browse button, and that should open the camera software. So basically what we're doing here is we're logging into the camera. We need to get in there and configure some settings. So once you're this far, you're going to go ahead and log into the camera. And when you're logged in, you should see something like this. And what we're going to do here is we need to take this video and isolate it from the rest of the menus around it. So I'm going to bring up a notepad here to kind of help us follow along. For us to build the URL, we're going to need is the username, the password, the IP address, the port, and finally the extension at the end of the URL. Luckily, all this information can be found right here on the left. And the first thing we're going to be plugging in is the username. So for this camera, the username and password were actually on the camera, printed on a sticker. This should be a very common place to find it. So go to your camera, look under it, look on the side of it. There should be a sticker with the username and password on it. For mine, it was admin, and then the password for mine was 1234556. So for this camera, the IP address ended up being 192.168.0.109. Again, so this can be found here on the top left in the web browser URL, or even in the settings for the network settings of your camera. So you can check that out. Once you have the IP address, go ahead and move along, find the port. And so the port for your camera will usually be in the settings for network. So go to your basic network settings and then go to the HTTP port. And for this one, it just happens to be 81. So we're going to put 81. Finally, there's an extension at the end. This will depend on the camera, but this one in particular is going to be video stream.cgi. If you have any doubts, go ahead and just use the video stream.cgi extension at the end. If it doesn't work, then your camera may have something particular that it needs to place there at the end. Once everything's ready, we're going to build the URL. So we're going to put this all together so we can have a link back to the video. So we're going to type in http:// to start, and then we're going to put the admin and password first. Okay, so we're going to put admin : 1234556. Next, we're going to go and put the IP address. And so we're going to put the @ symbol, and we're going to type in 192.168.0.109. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and put the port at the very end of that. So when you put the port, you're going to need to put a colon and then 81, which is a port number. Finally, we're going to put a slash and then video stream.cgi at the end. And like I said, most cameras, this will be the extension at the very end. Some might be different. They may say livestream.cgi or some iteration of this. But typically it will be videostream.cgi. So I would say try that first. So to find out if this works, you're going to go to your web browser, and we're going to type this in at the very top. So the http:// admin1234556. And what you should get is the video stream and nothing else. No menus around it at all. What's nice about having the video stream URL like this is that you can embed it into many different media outlets or social media inputs. If you have an aquarium and you happen to have an aquarium controller, one particular controller, the Apex controller, has a media tile where you can put this into it. So real quickly, I'm going to show you how to embed it in that media tile. So go ahead and log in to your Apex dashboard, which would look something like this. And what you're going to do is on the bottom, you'll hit the gear icon. And then on the top right, go to the plus. And go ahead and type in camera, view, however you want. And at the very end, you can leave these two settings as they are. So we're going to take our URL at the very bottom, plug the URL in down there, hit the OK. Should have a new entry. Go to the dashboard, and there you go. So now you have your video showing up here as well. So now that that's set up, you're practically all set. So in the next video, we're going to show how to get this video forwarded to your smartphone devices and mobile devices. So take a look at that. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.